Before talking about each weapon's core power, it is important to note that they only get activated when all spots are filled, so make sure to have at least the right amount of players nearby when using it. Sword's core power simply gives you and 2 other people a shield, which scales with the empathy of all participants. Dagger gives you and someone else a slight buff on which you get a bone every monster hit. Also, the damage dealt with these hits gets slightly buffed depending on the number of bones you currently have. So, for best utilization, just spam it early in game whenever it is ready and, of course, enemies are nearby to stack bones. Or you can just use it for the slight damage increase. Also, the duration is scaling with empathy. Bow creates an area of arrows damaging everything above. Only thing important to note here would be that the arrows only always fly upwards. Also, it has great AoE damage, which can be really useful in, for example, ascension battles. The duration scales with empathy here as well, so higher empathy means more arrows. The staff also creates a field, which always moves to the right of the place it got chanted, so same thing as with the bow, place it on the left side of the targeted area. The staff core power doesn't really deal much damage, but applies a very strong slow on enemies hit. It is very good to deny the movement of most elites or big hordes of enemies. The duration of the slow scales with empathy here as well. After picking a weapon of your choice and then starting a run, for starters on Inferno, you get the basic goal of entering and completing a total of 12 torture chambers. An interesting side note is that the lobby gets locked after the first 2 chambers were completed, meaning players aren't able to join anymore. So if you only have a few people in your game, it might not be smart to rush for the first 2 chambers, but instead wait until more players have joined. 2 more things to have in mind before entering a torture chamber are that first, you get 2 chests as a reward, one for free and one that requires a key. As relics are kinda important in getting stronger, you should make sure to always have a key when entering a chamber. If you do not have one, it might be smarter to let someone else in on your stead. Second, as the inside of the chamber swarms of enemies, make sure to not dive into one when your dust is near full, and instead upgrade first to not miss out on all those free XP. After completing the first half of the total chambers, for Inferno being 6, a secret chamber gets unlocked. This one does not get marked on the map and instead has some fixed spawns. You need exactly 6 people to enter. To clear it, you have to fight 4 elite enemies and no small ones. As an additional reward for clearing, everyone gets a blessing, the same as after winning an ascension battle. Those buffs are huge and you don't want to miss out on them. After now completing all chambers, 3 different platforms are being unlocked on which you will fight an ascension battle to cross over to the last stage's boss. After completing an ascension battle, you also gain a blessing. On Inferno there will be 3 different platforms, meaning 3 possible blessings. As said before, blessings are kinda important for the last boss fight, so always try to get to a platform where your help may be needed in order to gain more than just one blessing. For that, it is very useful to have a TP stone ready in order to assist someone else trying to fight an ascension battle alone. The total number of possible blessings on Inferno is by the way 4, 3 through the ascension battles and 1 through the secret chamber. As mentioned before, empathy amplifies your core powers. On top of that, it also strengthens your core strikes, which get stacked when hitting a target together with someone else. As co-strikes indicate the crit chance you currently have, empathy enhances the damage dealt with these crits, meaning that empathy also increases your damage when not fighting alone. Both available bosses have 3 different unique phases with white bars indicating the progress of the chant until the special attack. Starting with Lucifer's Frozen Hatred. Lucifer gets shackles on each arm, the general goal is to destroy both shackles. If you fail to destroy any of them, Lucifer casts an unavoidable attack across the boss arena. The most important thing to do here would be to always focus one of the shackles first. You can use the arrow emote to try and coordinate with your teammates. After destroying one shackle, his upcoming attack has gaps that work as safe zones, so theoretically it is enough to destroy just one shackle. As he gets around 40 armor per shackle, which reduces his incoming damage, it is worth to try and go for the second shackle as well, but to avoid the upcoming damage it is enough to just go for all. Next, Eternal Sorrow. Lucifer spawns a ton of frozen tears which you'll have to destroy. In this mechanic there is no in between though, meaning that you will have to either destroy all tears or just take the damage. After destroying all tears, there will also be gaps working as safe zones in the upcoming attack. Quick reminder though, never focus tears alone, as you will deal way more damage when stacking co-strikes. Last Betrayal. Lucifer spawns 3 blue glowing elite monsters whom you have to kill. Same as with Frozen Hatred. He casts a big attack across the arena which is unavoidable. For each elite killed before, there will be an instance in the attack which has a safe zone. As the attack has 3 instances, you will have to kill all 3 spawned elite monsters to completely avoid the damage. As an indicator of where the safe zone will be, you can zoom out and watch his eyes. The ones not glowing indicate a safe zone. Interesting side note, after the first 3 health bars and on reaching the last 3 health bars, Lucifer gets stunned, cancelling active casts, and also granting you a key for Purgatory. Next, Adam and Eve's Forgotten Sins. Adam shows 3 different symbols, being a fish, hand and bird in a specific order. Each symbol has 2 different trees spawning at the edge of the arena. Your goal is to destroy those in the right order. If you attack a tree in the wrong order, you'll only deal 1 damage per hit. As every symbol has 2 different trees needed to be destroyed, there's a total of 6 trees. If 1 or more trees were left alive, a big AoE attack will fill the whole arena with unavoidable damage. If all trees are successfully destroyed, 2 waves will appear in the middle. Those are dodgeable and blockable. Move a little to the left and right side of the arena to get more time to react to the waves. Remembered virtues. Eve will position herself in the middle of the arena with fruits roaming towards her. Simply destroy the fruits before they reach Eve. Depending on how many fruits reach Eve, the AoE damage will be either unavoidable, or there will be gaps in which you can position yourself. As the attack rotates 1 round, stops for a few seconds and then changes the direction of the rotation, make sure to follow the moving gaps to avoid the damage. In this example, 3 fruits reached Eve, indicated by this symbol with 20 stacks each. Therefore, an unavoidable attack followed right after. Forbidden knowledge. Adam and Eve will spawn 3 bigger flowers together with a lot of smaller ones. Except for the flowers, the rest of the arena will be shrouded with toxic gas. Stay too long in the gas and you take damage over time. Avoid that by creating safe spots through hitting the smaller flowers. Your goal in this phase is to interact with all 3 bigger flowers, each is guarded by an elite monster. After interacting with all 3 of them, the toxic gas will disappear and Adam and Eve will start to attack with 2 different kinds. One being small projectiles you can dodge, block or simply outrun, and one that deals unavoidable damage depending on how much greater flowers you interacted with before. As the latter one has 3 charges, you will have to interact with all 3 flowers to avoid taking damage. Adam and Eve also get stunned on reaching the first and last 3 health bars.